If you live on planet Earth, it's impossible to have never seen granny squares. They are literally everywhere. And no, it's not just for grannies. Hi, it's me, Crochet Emilie, the one who wants to influence as many people as possible to discover this beautiful hobby that is crochet. Join me now and discover all the secrets of these little squares. Now we're going to crochet together the same classic granny, but this time we're going to start and finish each round in a corner of the square. This is the best method to hide the starting chain at the beginning of each round. We will start with a magic circle or a magic ring. You may know how to do it, but here's a little demonstration to refresh your memory. So you wrap your yarn twice around your hook. You can hold the loops with your index finger. Position your yarn as usual on the other hand to keep a good tension. Go get the yarn and pull it through both loops. On a diagram, the magic circle will be drawn like this. We will now start by doing 5 chains this time. In the diagram, you see that the first 3 chains will become the last double crochet in the round. And the other 2 chains will form a corner of the square. We will now do our first shell, our first set of 3 double crochet in the round. We'll chain 2 to form a corner of the square, and you repeat 3 double crochet in the ring. Chain 2, 2 more times. Once you reach the 4th shell, you will make only 2 double crochet in the ring. And you're going to make a slip stitch in the beginning chain 5 space. You can close the magic circle by pulling the thread. And we can see that the first 3 chain stitches will form your last double crochet of the last shell. What is practical with this version of granny square is that each round will start and end the same way. So you chain 5 again, 3 of them will count as the last double crochet of a shell, and 2 others will form a corner of the square. You will then make a set of 3 double crochet in the same space where you have made the last slip stitch of round 1. Then you are going to do a chain to separate the shells on each side of the square. And you're going to do your second corner of the square. Therefore, a set of 3 double crochet, 2 chains, a set of 3 double crochet. All this in the same next chain 2 space. I'll let you continue following the graph. You will end up doing this chain 1 and you continue all around counterclockwise, and we just joined before finishing the last shell. You can pause the video. After making a 3rd corner, you make your chain 1. Okay, this may seem confusing at this point here because our beginning chains are at the end of the corner. So you should pay attention to not entering your hook in the wrong place. It's really in this corner, in the last corner of round 1, which you will make the last 2 double crochet. And you will see the little chain from the beginning will settle on its own to constitute our 3rd double crochet of this shell. Then, as we did in round 1, you will finish with a slip stitch in the beginning chain 5 space. So your square should look like this. Since the following rounds will start and end the same way, I will show you the diagram, and remember, the same rule applies at all the granny squares. The pattern of each corner remains the same, and on the sides of the square there will always be one more shell in each round. So see you at the end of round 3. You can pause the video. I'm just showing you at the final corner where you will have to enter to do your last 2 double crochet. It's going to be really in that hole, in that space. And we finish with a slip stitch in the chain 5 space. And you have finished your round 3. I'll show you another way to change colors subtly for the next round. It's the most ideal technique when the rounds are joined in a corner. It's going to be with the magic knot. You can keep the hook in the loop like that and remove it without too much pull on the loop, and you will cut the strand right in the middle of it. You will then pull the thread to undo 1 or 2 double crochet. You will approach the other color to join, and you will make a simple knot around the thread you just cut, the wheat one. And you will come and do the same knot around the new color with the strand you cut. Try to tie the knot as tight as possible close to the end of this thread. Leave it exceed by 2 cm maximum. You will then pull on your 2 strands of color to go join the knots together. You can cut the small excess threads. Even though it's very close to the knot, you go see it's really solid. And we test to find out the solidity. We're ready to continue. So you can redo the double crochet that you have undone, and you will see it will arrive perfectly for the start of the next round with the new color. It seems that it takes long to do it, but when you're used to the magic knot, it's quick and really nice because there is no thread to weave in. You can continue the round 4 the same way as usual. You chain 5, and you proceed with a shell in the same space, and you continue all around. On the sides of the square, you are going to have one more shell, and we meet at the end of the round. You can follow the diagram and pause the video. Now that you have done your 4th round, I will show once again how to tuck the thread invisibly. After cutting it, you pull down the loop until it comes out. You can enter it in your yarn needle, and we're going to do like the first granny square. The next 2 stitches are the 2 chain stitches in the corner. So you're going to skip the first one, and you try to get into both strands of the next chain, like that. You can place your stitch marker, if you need one, on the last stitch made in round 4, so the little slip stitch here. You place it in the back loop. You pass the thread and you will come back on the right side of the square like that. And you're going to enter in the small strand where is your marker. And that's how we make an invisible finish. You can now weave in ends the same way than the first granny square. This version of granny square hides the starting chains of each round very well. But it seems that if you do a very large granny square, the first corner tends to deform due to the 5 chain stitches, which are a little larger than a real double crochet added with 2 chain stitches. The solution is that from round 2 or 3, you could only make chain 4 instead of chain 5 to avoid this deformation.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest videos.